It was a business built the Oregon way. Operating for several generations as a family venture, Whiskey Creek Shellfish Hatchery on Neetarts Bay had become the second largest producer of oyster larvae on the West Coast. To an industry commanding over $100 million a year in commercial shellfish, Whiskey Creek spawned, grew, and shipped billions of seed to aquaculture growers from Canada to South America. 70% of the shellfish farmers of this vibrant West Coast industry depended on Whiskey Creek's husband-wife team, Mark Weigart and Sue Cudd, as suppliers. And since an oyster needs between 18 months to 4 years to grow to maturity, having a shortage could have a devastating effect on the oyster crop, the very one which is highly prized throughout the world. As a small business, Whiskey Creek epitomized the spirit of Oregon's coastal economy, independent and self-sufficient, providing benefits for their long-term employees, using biodiesel, and supporting local community programs. Then, in the summer of 2007, Whiskey Creek's larvae supply was crippled by a tiny bacteria that killed their crop before it could grow. The problem intensified until Whiskey Creek was forced to shut down. It was like living in a nightmare, Weigart said. Mark and Sue's reaction to their hatchery's hardship was predictable. Instead of closing up shop, they applied the same tenacity and resolve to solving this problem that had sustained them for years as small business operators. When word got out that the hatchery was in trouble, the response was immediate and uniquely Oregon. Government, academia, elected officials, scientists, and the Nature Conservancy all banded together to meet the challenge head-on and get them back in business. As Senator Johnson said, you could almost hear the hooves of the cavalry pounding over the hill. For a time, OSU scientist Alan Barton even camped out on site at the hatchery, grinding out theories and testing them. The teamwork paid off. A filtration system was developed to remove the bacteria from the water. Whiskey Creek was once again back in production. Operating at 30% this year, Mark and Sue plan to be back to 100% by next spring. It was a remarkably Oregon certified fix. Whiskey Creek isn't our only success story. For the Oregon Economic and Community Development Department, keeping our state's businesses strong and growing is the backbone of what we do every day. Not only do we put people to work, we put people back to work. Last year alone, working with partners all over the state, we helped retain 3,884 Oregon jobs for businesses just like Whiskey Creek. And we helped create more than 4,000 new jobs across a broad spectrum of industries, setting the stage for a prosperous future for all Oregonians. Oregon's Economic and Community Development Department, creating prosperity the Oregon way.